Scientists believe that when it makes impact, it will strike the...
Alright, fuckers. Get your notes out, because I'm only explaining this once.
Alright, let's do this one last time.
So X-Men 97 released on Disney Plus, and I don't know if you've been paying attention, but it was pretty fucking rad. I feel like enough of you know about the 90s Marvel animated universe, 90MAU for all the cool kids. They were playing with crossovers before your grandmother even knew what a Red Hulk was. Try to explain the House of M to somebody who's lived through the Kennedy administration, I dare you.
Nothing bad ever happens to the Kennedys! What?
X-Men 97 is obviously a continuation of the 90s X-Men cartoon, and until we all say the safe word, it's got us by the balls. At least until Deadpool and Wolverine come out. I hope. I really hope.
The show has a lot of cameos and callbacks, basically being its universe's own hype man. Rogue made the man who once punched Hitler look like a bitch, the team-up who can't seem to hold their own series, or show for that matter. And then out of nowhere, this happens.
This made me lose my goddamn mind when I saw it. Do you know what this means? It means John Semper was right. A lot of people were confused as to how this woman is even here, and that's fair. And if you're confused as to how we're confused, don't worry. I got this.
Spider-Man the Animated Series was John Semper's baby, and I'm gonna be his hype man for the next 5 minutes.
He was nice to me at a con once. Cyborg Rebirth is great. John is awesome.
The best part of these shows was how much they worked at making it feel like a comic book continuity. Not that it was. They introduced Hobgoblin before the Green Goblin. That honestly feels like an Avi Arad move. We love you too, Avi. Just stay home, you know. What I mean is that, unlike earlier Marvel cartoons, there was a continuity. There were multi-parters, straight-up adapt storylines from the comics. A lot of them better than the movies adapting from the same source for some reason. These shows rewarded you for knowing the continuity by following up old episodes, which makes what happened later on sting that much more. Season 3, episodes 13 and 14. The Green Goblin equipped with a time dilation accelerator, whatever the fuck that is. I don't fucking know, it's what the Spot does. He figures out it's Peter's secret identity and...
We attack his heart.
Even at 8 years old, you know the look and the direct reference that's showing up here. Like a bloody Aunt May telling Peter that everything's gonna be okay, you know where this is going.
Honestly, if this is where this storyline ended, it'd be a pretty typical Peter Parker story. Something something canon event, something something Chad Kroeger responsibility, that all makes sense. But when she shows up in the next season...
This is where the show makes me want to tear my hair out. Season 4 and 5 of this show are amazing. Modern Spider-Man seriously feels like it keeps eating its own ass with the same few storylines. So when I tell you how cathartic it is seeing this show slow its wheels and feel like it's reaching an end, it's all I wanted. And then...
John, don't do this to me! This is one of those memes that get played around a lot, so... you know.
It's not even funny, this shit's infuriating. Halfway into the final season, they revealed that the MJ Peter's been spending a whole season with was a clone via Hydra Man. Cool. And MJ's still missing, by the way. 5 episodes in a Clone Saga later, you're basically waiting for the MJ plot to be resolved. The Secret Wars adaptation is great, the Clone Saga was great, miraculously.
This is starting to sound like a bad comic book plot. It gets worse.
While it was never resolved, we do get a sweet moment with an alternate Gwen Stacy, who I'm pretty sure doesn't exist in this universe.
So back to X-Men 97. How and why is this woman even here? This is where this gets interesting. Do you remember when I said that this whole show is John Semper's baby? Well, apparently there was a planned season 6, and I'll never be able to explain it better than John did, so I'm just gonna let him explain.
Just briefly, with Spider-Man in Limbo 2, I wanted to do a mini-series where it end up chasing Mary Jane through the past, trying to find her. Not a big thing, just 4 or 5 episodes. I thought it'd be interesting to see Spidey deal with certain historical moments in time. One place would be Victorian England during a time of Jack the Ripper, being betrayed by the real Carnage. Not just the nation's history, but his own personal life too. And somehow this would lead back to the present. I had more specific ideas, but this is where it was headed. But then again, I really didn't want to go any further. Everything had been wrapped up neatly, all the important stuff. Spidey now liked himself. He'd met his creator and said, you know what? I'm beyond you now. I've grown.
You know, for so long, I've thought that I never got any breaks. For once, I like my life. I like myself.
Gee, you're definitely not the same guy I've been writing about all these years.
I was walking to my grave expecting to never get Spider-Man Season 6, and while X-Men 97 currently has the entire comic book industry on its shoulders, it also canonized a happy ending for the first Spider-Man I have ever loved. I may never got Season 6, but this cameo alone shows that it at least happened. And that's pretty fucking rad. Anyway, I filmed this video instead of doing anything for Pride, so hug your trans friends and happy Pride, y'all.
After all I've been through for once, I like my life. I like myself. And for the first time ever, I wouldn't want to change anything about me.
Gee, you're definitely not the same guy I've been writing about all these years.
Well, Stan, we all have to grow up sometime, I suppose.